Hey, people. What's going on? A little special treat today. I'm actually starting the show, the Delinquent Podcast, on 4:20 p.m. You know, but it's still Friday, of course, which is the now classic connection, to this whole thing to this whole complicated mess that we're all in with this marijuana thing, folks. And of course, this is the Delinquent Podcast, doing its thing for the last few weeks now. And I am your host, H. Will, frustrating people, frustrating the haters since, my God, man, frustrating the haters for the last, 10, 15 years now overall. But anyway, I guess we got to get started, right? Let's do that. Why don't get this party started right? Let's get this party started quickly, right? Anyway, folks, I guess speaking on that hater thing, we can get a little deep with that, you know, but maybe we're going to have some fun on the true media buffet because I've finally been inspired by the idea. And because it's not going to be just as simple as, I think on a smaller scale when we do it here, it's fine. To go on Twitter, to go on YouTube and see what's trending and read some of the stuff. That's fine. But when I do the mainframe media buffet, I'm talking about we're gonna be playing some music. We're gonna be playing some music, doing some dedications and things like that. Because we got some haters back. So I know there's a dedication that I gotta get out there to them. I mean, it's only right. Now you may wonder, you may be wondering once you see this video, if you actually come along live or whatever, you might wonder who are these haters that you speak of. See, that's the thing. Does any other person describe a specific hater that they have? No. When you become a person that becomes more into the public, that's doing things like I'm doing, it becomes a thing of you have haters. And yes, at one point in time, I would have been more specific about the haters. Uh-oh. Looks like we got something going on here I didn't quite expect. Let's turn on some music here. Let's see what we can do. 1 second. Bollywood versus Hollywood. Let's check that out. It's Friday, folks. Just getting off now. Now the clock, now the minute just went from 4:20, 4 minutes and 20 seconds, just a few seconds ago. We're just on point here, folks. Come on, y'all. We getting off from work these days. Now I'm still doing my little hustle here and there, but I had to stop in. And make this happen. And don't worry, folks. I know I've been kind of bullshitting on the Cooper Matrix. That will be coming back, coming hella high water tonight. This evening, it will be happening. You got to get on the fucking Night Owl Lounge too. It's been a while for that, so got to get into that too. No more playing games. It's time to hustle. I gotta be able to build up enough of a case to monetize, folks. Like this thing, like this little mix here. And I hope you did too. It's almost done. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed that music break. Life was calling, so I had to go ahead and make that happen. But let's see if we can do a little more chill lighting in here, man. But doesn't really matter. Eh, maybe we'll try it. But at any rate, it's like I was saying before. There were times that I've been more specific with the personal issues that it seemed that it were. But as time goes on, I realize now it's not personal issues anymore. As time goes on, I moved on. You've seen shows I've done just completely clean shows, completely devoid of any other bullshit drama or anything like that. Just completely had my fun or provided information and things like that. So, and it's been many, many shows of that. But then when you still have people still stalking what you do, it becomes absolutely clear of what the truth is. That there's no obsession there. There's just a hatred. There's just a very false hatred. See, haters, because see, hate is a very strong word. See, I could never have hatred for anyone unless you've tried to affect my life in a very, very serious way. You tried to take my life. You tried to harm my family, my friends, you know what I'm saying? I mean, in a very serious, severe way, you know, that's where the hatred comes in. So that you have to really step over that line for me to really say hate. But that doesn't mean that strong dislike or disdain or disgust or animosity won't get your ass whooped. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I mean, we're all from where we're from, but that doesn't mean, but at least it won't get you killed. Hate will get you killed. Doing something to make someone like myself hate you could possibly get you killed. So hate is a very strong word. So, but when you talk about a hater, it's more of a derivative word that's more about speaking about a person with a false hate. You have a false, what I'm saying, very, very strong negative feeling about somebody, but it's based on falsehoods. It's based up on made up things in your mind that gives you an entitlement to, be at somebody in this way. That's the thing. I think that's the thing that becomes the difference, I would say, more than anything. I would definitely say that the difference that comes along when you think about a hater, that's what it is. It's the same word essentially, but hate is more of a verb. To hate someone, is more of an action, a feeling. Is more of, it's based around, but a hater is just someone who you just know they're just trying to manufacture something that makes them feel like they can have an issue with you to that extent, and that's what you find out. So I guess okay, excuse me for a moment. All right. right, well, this weed is definitely good, folks, because I thought I saw something that I didn't see. So, yikes. All right. Anyway, like I was saying, so now I guess what I'm trying to say is that situations have kind of shifted for me, to where now I realize now that I kind of had to take a moment to kind of clear the deck a little bit and kind of take it. I kind of big time the situation. I kind of played it like, you know what I'm saying, played it like I was some kind of fucking celebrity or some shit. Like, oh, I'm just going to just, keep doing what I'm doing, ignore the bullshit, and we'll just see what happens. But and nothing else. What happens is that I show that I have the maturity, that I've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that I have the maturity, that I have, that I have the discipline and the willingness to move on and concentrate on what I'm creating and concentrate on the ideas I have and making those happen and moving towards a goal that I have of being able to monetize what I'm doing, to be able to make a living out of all these things that I'm trying to put together, you know, and I show that I can just move forward and just concentrate solely on that. That all those people, the few that doubted that I could not be anything but an angry black man, that wasn't a character that I was playing, that supposedly it was acknowledged. But hey, I think week after week after week of just creating and focusing on my own shit, I've proven that no matter what has been circulated out there, I never made it a point to respond, never made it a point to be angry, because I didn't have to be. I started to realize what it was. So yeah, we're taking one of these moments, folks, with smoking. So yeah, we're taking a moment to reflect on a higher level, folks. That's what we do sometimes when we smoke. We reflect on a much higher level, I guess you could say. Excuse me for a second, folks. Hello? Oh boy. I should have known, folks. I should have known that was going to be some like telemarketing situation, automated bullshit. But yeah, I'm just reflecting a little bit, folks, on a higher level. I hardly do that sometimes. A lot of times it's fun, and I enjoy that immensely. I enjoy just kind of kicking back and having the kind of fun that we're supposed, that we're supposed to have when you're getting to the weekend and you're going to be chilling. You want to be able to have good vibes. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't feel like this is not it is a good vibe situation, because where I'm coming to, the point I'm bringing is that I realized that this wasn't, it is not personal anymore. And maybe for a long time, it really hadn't been. It was probably only personal for me. And then once I stopped making it personal, then it became what it truly was. That, that regret, that deep down, there's some regret. That's all I can say. But bottom line is that I've now transitioned. It's not something that I see as something on personal history anymore. I just see it as just, the run of the mill haters. So why am I going to keep discussing what run of the mill haters do? You know, as long as I protect myself and protect what I'm doing, you know, then basically I don't worry about what anybody else is doing. That's just going to be the simple thing here. That's just going to be the thing that, and just keep on creating. The show is going to be coming back, and, I'm getting all my little bells and whistles together to do the show, because I really want to make sure that now that I'm doing this on my own, that everything is going to be as it needs to be. I want to be able to show you, pictures of things, especially because this is going to be a big one, talking about the media and the part that they played as far as hip hop goes. That's going to be definitely a one that we're going to want to, give that we're going to give a lot of attention to. and make sure that the things are done right so that it doesn't just seem like just a flaky nothing. I don't want that. I don't want it to be just a flaky nothing of me just sitting here talking and maybe giving you a picture or two every once in a while. I want to be able to give you that. I want to be able to give you that full view. I want to be able to show you, certain milestones when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to media and things like that, like getting the Run DMC Rolling Stone cover, because that was the first time, a hip hop act, like, what I'm saying, a hip hop act like Run DMC had ever been on the cover of a major publication like Rolling Stone. The Kanye West, I believe he was on Life or Time, one of those. Just very, at certain points, you would see certain hip hop, what I'm saying, finally starting to get like, being listed in Forbes and things like that. So just being able to get that stuff, going back and getting, certain, certain covers for like Right On magazine, YSB, Young Sisters and Brothers, and things like that. Just being able to pull up that information and be able to refer to that and being able to learn how can I move towards those things and not make a big lag or delay, or am I just going to have to talk my way through it as I'm switching up and giving you pictures so to support what I'm saying, so you can see the certain points in history and how media has played its part and things like that. So, like, even getting to a point, because it's just ideas just keep coming, like just thinking about media, because it's not just about, because when it comes to media and hip hop, it's not just about the magazines or the blogs or the internet, or the internet sites and things like. It's not just about those. It's about how news sources, have played their part, have been so lacking in reporting the things that in certain neighborhoods that a lot of the, a lot of the hip hop artists, to speak about in their music, and then being so poignant and being so adamant about speaking on the things that they say may be inspired by these hip hop artists, or even speaking on, or even making more of a focus on how certain artists feel about law enforcement or politicians or things like that. Not in the way of, this is interesting, maybe we could shed some light on things. No, it's more about making them look like, now they're a problem, now they're an issue. Look at what they incite. So I just feel like that there's a lot of different layers to it, and I want to be able to make sure that seamlessly, I can seamlessly tap dance through different things that I want to show you, whether it be still pictures, whether it be video or audio. I want to be able to make sure that when I want to refer to that, I can get to that quickly and it not become a big to do. And, I don't want to look, I know I'm going to make mistakes. I just don't want to seem too much like an amateur that, it shows that I'm really not working on trying to be better at this, because I want to work on being better. I want to work on being good at all aspects of what I'm doing here. So I'm definitely trying to do that, and I'll get there. But it's definitely not a content thing. There's definitely a focus. I can say that for sure. There's definitely a focus that, episode 2. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do the episode numbering thing. Mainly, I'm probably gonna do, the show. The next show episode will be media. Will be media hype. So, and just basically, we're gonna speak on the aspects. I'm gonna speak on the aspects of media and how I've seen it. And then we'll finally get, of course, we'll get more personalized when, we get to the source being the Source magazine. You know, a lot of times, though I've been disappointed with, with Life and Time magazine over what was realized as I got older, as a as a late teen, going into my 20s. It was more of it was really more of a severe disappointment when it came to the source, because the source was like one of the really big time hip hop magazines that were out there. So, and just it was more of a direct, Life and Time. It was more of a philosophical disappointment to realize like Life and Time magazine didn't really represent and speak on stories and give information the way that I was hoping they would and continue to. I was really starting to see things that I really that disappointed me, frankly, by, like I said, by on a philosophical standard. But when it comes to the Source magazine, the Source disappointed on a direct, personal, hip hop level, professional level, journalistic level. They just really disappointed directly in a lot of ways. And all of that gets revealed. All of that gets talked about when I do this episode. But yeah, that's more of a personal thing once we get there, because I looked up to the Source. Truly, I did. And it was just because, I mean, here's the thing. It's not even a spoiler. But see, I think the big mistake is that once you realize that you got a guy, and that when you have a guy like Benzino or anyone, but I'm see, that's why I'm not gonna put like Benzino. Like Benzino is like this different type of guy. There's other people who could have done the same thing. So it could have been him. It could have been anybody that would have took this opportunity and what I'm saying, and shit all over it like he did. You know, to know, for people to truly acknowledge that a couple of times Eminem deserved, Eminem deserved 4 mics. I believe it was that, if that's the 4 or 5 mics or whatever the highest level for the Source was. I believe it was 4 mics. That he believed that he deserved. There was a couple of times that people believed that he deserved a full 4 mics for his albums that he came out with. But yet, having control, having creative control over the situation, as Benzino did, what I'm saying, denied him that at least a couple of times. Went and did interviews where he felt like, where he tried to make it, where he made it a racial thing, would come out years later. Okay. See, like I said, folks, that's not even a spoiler. And that's not even the worst things that he's done and that they've done. It's just, but that is one of the more glaring things that I know a lot of people who know about the Source magazine know about that. Or maybe not. Because depending on where you were and what you were paying attention to, you may or may not have been up on what was going on between Eminem and Benzino. You may not even have seen the rivalry or heard the music that went on and seen what happened. But of course, those things get talked about. This is all part of the whole media situation, where I think, where David Mays has to understand there was a clear conflict of interest, and that you have to kind of talk to him about either backing off from this rivalry with Eminem, or either stepping back from, running the Source with him. You can't, maybe be more of a silent partner to where you're not hands on as far as the content that's being put out in the magazine. So it's just one of those things that you really have to. And you know what, though? You know what? I will take some of the fake advice that was thrust upon me, because as I see at this particular point now, as per my initial policy, being done at this point means show's over. But then it's 25 minutes. I mean, come on. What kind of fun is that? Now now maybe I can at least accommodate just one more time. Being a friend. Hopefully you thank me for being a friend, much like the Golden Girls. I wonder if, I gotta pitch shows like that. See, it's just, I don't know. You get treated a certain way. Some people gotta walk you through the door. So it's like I would love to pitch a show of like, could it be a male Golden Girls? I don't know. You know what? No, 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 no. I think it can be. I tell you that much. More so than, and sadly enough, it will be more so accepted and understood more than the Golden Girls was. You think older ladies, they're not having sex really. I mean, come on, they're having sex. I mean, these are old ladies, right? They're not having sex. Oh my God. But it's like, but more people, oddly enough, right, will believe that there's a lot of guys out here. There's a lot of older gentlemen out here still having sex. But who are they having? See, that's the whole thing. They're having sex with, younger women because they have money and stuff like that. And okay. But then there's the regular schmegular older guys who don't have the money to be able to spend on these young girls. And then maybe some of them are just like that old stage to where they're not really appealing to the young girl like that. Just the way that is. So you gotta hook up with the people you hook up with. And maybe that's the reality. And maybe the different spin on that is that you can show the couple of the realities that work out like that, where you can show the older guy. Because see, where you can show the older man that has a little money and is willing to spend that and and maybe being with younger girls and seeing how that works out for him. And then the guy who's a little bit more, he doesn't have that kind of money. He's of course secure. So he's a good looking gentleman, but maybe he'll go out with a woman that's a little bit more his speed. But then you got this one idiot guy who really thinks he can get these young girls and trying to scam them, but but most of the time he ends up with these broke down types. It's just like, who knows, man. But hmm. But I think it could possibly be a good show. Just a little bit more, just spitballing ideas here, man. It's just fun. Just tossing ideas around. Who knows where they'll end up? Who knows who will actually think it's a great idea? But I guess there's more places now to where, if you did come up with a novel idea and could really get some people and put some money behind it, it could work out. But music break real quick, folks, because I'm going to have to do a little something here if I'm going to be with you guys for a little bit longer and make this the Delinquent Podcast, of course. So give me a moment. Let's see where we go. Can we go Disco in My Place? Have we heard that yet? Let's try Disco in My Place. Let's go to the disco to 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 my place. Remix. Let's go to the disco to my place. Let's go to the disco Okay, and that was an unintended remixer there. Not sure how that happened. Wow, we're just in time. As the song ends, we are done. Folks, I prove it to you once again. Boom, boom. Doesn't take that long at all, folks. Doesn't take that long. We're talking about convenience. Pull it right off, roll right up. Boom, you're done. You're ready to go. And that's not too shabby. But at any rate, folks, let's just go ahead and get it said real quick. Cause I, gotta get this done. Like it or not. Here's the thing. New 007. And that's the thing that we want you to understand is that 007 wasn't quite the iconic thing of the of these James Bond movies. It's James Bond. And so for a long time people have felt like why not Idris Elba? Yes, he's African American, and no, that African American. Why we keep doing that? That's weird. He's not. He's British, but he's African. Okay, but he's British. He has a British accent. He's dashing. He's good looking. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy. He's played an action movie. He's doing an action movie with The Rock and Jason Statham. You know what I'm saying? It's getting ready to come out right now. Hobbs and Shaw. I don't know how great it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fucking CGI and incredible effects shit going on. But okay. But anyway, they feel like this guy could be the next Bond. Why not? We're living in a more progressive world, right? Wrong. Not even the author, not even the fucking creator of this damn thing wanted Idris Elba to be fucking James Bond. And maybe it quite turns out that so much so that they put a woman, a black woman or African woman to be 007, is how they're putting it. They take, and I feel like it kills two birds with one stone. It keeps Idris Elba from being the next James Bond, but it also creates a division. Also keeps a division between, what I'm saying, between minority male actors and female actors, because now, we may feel a need to defend and stand up for Idris Elba, and how, this whole thing has really just been really wrong for him. I just think that, it's very racist. It's been, a lot of people have called it out and said that it's been very racist, the response and the possibility of Idris Elba. I mean, Luther, everybody acts like they love Luther so much. I personally like Luther. I always felt like, number one, so here's the thing that also I feel like, so I got off track here, I'm sorry. But here's also how I felt like it's real with me and it's no bullshit. Because there were times that I really, there couldn't be a lot of times that I could say I liked Idris Elba in movies where he tried to be an African American, and things like that. He paid his dues though. So I think a lot of people, I think a lot of, I think a lot of, you know, sort of African British exchange actors like Idris Elba and, Naomi Harris. And don't get me to getting those other guys' names that I will just completely fucking fuck up unless I'm looking right at it right now. Okay. It's going to take me some time. And plus 8. Okay. Let's not even kid ourselves right now. All right. But I guess that's the way they got to pay their dues. Because I got to be honest, with old boy that played a great role in Chidewe Oleowo, I don't even know if I'm getting his name right. But the guy who was in Doctor Strange, but was also in 12 Years a Slave. But he was also in Four Brothers. And I didn't like his role in Four Brothers. It was so fucking generic. It was so generic. I mean, everything about it was so generic and just so just ugh. They power on the bullshit time after fucking time after fucking time. You know, from the way he acted, from the way he treated people, you know what I'm saying? But then he also was good at boxing too. You know what I'm saying? On top of everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man, just come on. And the way he talked, man, it was just the way he talked sometimes when he tried to be, when he tried to be a regular black guy, sometimes it just really didn't carry over well. Just being real with you. I wouldn't say it calmed down so much in American Gangster, but they were able to put it along with him being from down south, so he could have more of a sort of country, what I'm saying, over the top type of, what I'm saying, type of, spirit and demeanor. So so it wouldn't seem so out of place. Because once you get the whole basis that they're from down south, they really from the country and everything like that. So being out here, being brought to the big city and everything like that, it's just a little different. So they a little different. So like that. So so we have that. But like I said, so a lot of them, Naomi Harris, she was able to. I think she was one of the she was different. I think in a way where more it was being where she was more depicting someone. That's fine, but most of the time, but see, because she had such a strong showing, and 28 days later, that was that really made her stand out the way it wasn't just she didn't have to play Coming to America and play a regular black woman and really had to put on, you know what I'm saying, like other people had to put on, but maybe be able to play certain roles that are very unique, like 28 Days Later. So then she can come in and show that she can play something like Ninja Assassin and things like that, and really do her thing with that. And she did each and every time. So, kudos to her for doing it the way that she did it. I have much respect for her. That's why I never had an issue with Naomi Harris, because I felt like she did it her way. She basically got herself into a movie like 28 Days Later, to where she was able to show that, yes, I am, yes, my skin, yes, you see my skin color. Yes, I have a British accent. I have a British accent, but I can act. It's not about any of that. I can act. You know, there's a certain relatability that regardless of what she sounds like, if you make a movie where people can be relatable in a certain way, that's cool. It took a step and showed an interracial relationship. You know, she did a movie. She did the Mandela movie. Long Road to Freedom with Idris Elba. As a matter of fact, some people paid dues the other way. Some people, did it in that way, and it made them stand out more. I think that David. I think I may have gotten his name mixed up with the other guy, David Oleowo. I think he did a great job. One of the few great jobs that were there was probably by him and the Butler and Lee Daniels, the Butler, because we gotta say Lee Daniels, the Butler, because whatever. But at any rate, he did a great job. As few there were. Yaya did a great job in there as well. You know, I think they did a very great job with that. I really didn't enjoy the movie overall, other than that. But I think he did a great job in that, because it's hard to reconcile with someone who thinks the way that man thought. No matter what era you're in, there's no way to reconcile somebody having that kind of mentality about people and knowing the way they really feel about you. You know what I'm saying? Really. And they feel like that, and then they feel like they're doing you a favor by not really telling you what they really think about you. Come on. You know? Like, be for real. Let me check the media real quick. My phone has been down for a minute, so let me try to see what we got going on here. No text. Okay. But let's go to YouTube. What I do? What kind of new shit did I do? Okay, the assistant. But anyway, let's go up here and see what we got going on. Besides the fact that me being notified on myself that I'm doing a live show, but cool. It's awesome. We're getting YouTube here. Let's see what we got trending. Hold up, hold up. Oh, it's inbox. The Fezad. Oh my fucking god. This is, please. Anyway, that bullshit about Tupac. Are we serious? Anyway, let's see what's trending. News. Let's see. Okay, fuck. Okay, whatever. We're on Iran. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, now this is interesting in a different way. Comic Con. I guess now for some reason, Kristen Bell is trying to cash in on her Veronica Mars fame. For a lot of us now, I know for a lot of us who were, younger teens back then, let's just take a moment while we can. Let's see Veronica Mars. It's time for some Let's try. We're gonna take some points here and really dig into all this other stuff and videos. I'm just not sure why they're doing this and not giving us some information on when it happened. Let's see. It's so weird that they're pushing this now. Like, yeah, I know. Oh my God. Come on, man. What the hell? This is so bullshit because they're pushing it so hard that you can't even get any info on it. Killing me. Well, I guess that's why. Okay, folks. I guess as long as I'm doing the trending thing. Oh, that's right. I got to get back out. I got to get all the way out of this in order to get. Okay. Okay. Let me get out of here. And we got to really see. We're gonna take some time, and we're going to get back. Cause folks, I mean, come on. I'm in my 30s, and I have to sit here and deal with that. So we got to deal with knowing when Veronica Mars first happened because she's cashing in on the revival. It was a much better Nancy Drew, much more awesome Nancy Drew was on TV and everything like that. So I mean, oh my God, because they're supposedly it was so basically we're talking about so by that time, wow. So I was probably about I guess I could say at that point of graduating and when that came out, I was probably probably my early 20s at that, what I'm saying, at that particular point in time. So, probably getting to be about 20, so it was something that I was definitely, what I'm saying, checking out. I believe it was on one of the channels that I usually will watch a lot of the content on, and I definitely enjoy Veronica Mars. It was definitely, I definitely, see, I was never, like I said, I was more, and I hope that's what some of the like with Max and Neve on Catfish. I hope that's what they mean. That they mean the same thing that I mean when I say that I'm a feminist. That means I truly believe in equal standing between male and female in all ways, financially, workplace, all of that, home, relationship, gender role descriptions and things like that. I want us to be equal. I want I want a woman to have a choice and feel like that if she can go out there and change a tire herself, she can do that without feeling like she has to be the damsel in distress. Yes, I'm with that. I don't want to feel like I have to be there to save a woman all the time. I do understand that. I acknowledge and I respect it. I respect the woman who can be a warrior. Makes me respect her more. I mean, that's fucking damn sexy to me. So, Veronica Mars was definitely not something that I had a problem with. Women's mixed martial arts is not something that I have a problem with. Kudos to the women winning the World Cup. Yes, you women should be paid like fucking queens. If these motherfuckers are getting all this money out here and being looked at as global fucking superstars, you should be looked at as the same. Let it be said. It ain't just the we talking, folks, okay? If anything, we bring you to a higher level of understanding. So if that's the case, hey, folks, get you some higher level of understanding. Understand that those women need to be paid like fucking queens out there because they fucking won the World Cup yet again. I mean, what the fuck can you say? If you're an athlete and you're a competitor and you claim to be a beast, understand that the beast in this situation is a woman. Women, the U.S. women's soccer team, they proven themselves to be beast out there, and they beast again, and they won the World Cup. Give it the fuck up. Give them their money. Come on, stop playing. Stop fucking playing. It's time to do that, folks. Stop playing games. Think we need that to happen. Nothing real great on that one on YouTube besides that. So let's see what we got going on here. I don't know, folks. I have to say that I'm not real. I'm not real sure how I feel about the whole live action. Who's live action Lion King? I feel like so much was done with that. Like my kids, yo, they enjoyed like the virtual tour that they took. That Disney, what I'm saying? That shit was so awesome. Like they could do something awesome like that. That would be great. I guess that might even be an improvement on what was done. But I think all of this is just think about it. You gotta see it for what it is, folks. James Earl Jones is doing the voice again of Mufasa. Please understand what's been happening for a long time. That a lot of the stuff that when we were younger and we were bringing our kids up on that is a hallmark in our lives and started to be a hallmark that we started to make for our kids' lives is all being taken and is now being like repackaged for people for the younger generation now or for the new parents now and stuff like that to be able to make those memories again like they have something better than what we had. All you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on with all of that. Child's play. You know what I'm saying? Redoing this Halloween thing to do the same fucking thing. I don't get it, folks. Let's just see it. Let's just see what the fuck they have to say. Because this new Halloween movies, I just what? Because he didn't die again. Because with all that planning and all of that and burning him up, oh, he still didn't die, folks. I mean, how is this not like what it was before? We're washing all of that away to digging deeper. Just okay, I don't even know. You're digging deeper to throw it away. I just is that what you're doing? Uh, uh, I don't even want to read this again. I just don't even want to read this again. The 2018 take, produced by Trancas International Films Blumhouse, premiere Max garnered some of the best reviews for the series entry yet. While the last few iterations have been panned, Halloween holds a 79% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Carpenter returned to executive produce and compose the score for Halloween. I just don't. Oh my god. In the original film, Michael Myers spent the last 15 years locked away inside a sanitarium under the care of child psychiatrist Dr. Sam Loomis. On the night before Halloween in 1978, Myers escapes and makes his way back home to Haddonfield, where he stalks high school student Laurie Strode, memorably played by Curtis in her film debut. The original Halloween was directed by Carpenter from his own script and begins with a 6-year-old Michael killing his teenage sister on Halloween in 1963. In the 2018 film, Curtis's character has a final confrontation with Michael Myers, who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night 4 decades ago. That film found Strode as a reclusive grandmother, still traumatized by her encounters with the killer and praying every night to get one more chance to dispatch Myers. After he escapes prison, she gets her wish. But see, that's the thing. But see, she had to act like there was a point where he wasn't there. I'm like, oh my God. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I just don't know. I liked it. I just didn't think. I thought maybe they were going to just, but I guess they couldn't. I guess once the money was made, they had to figure out a way. But you just can't do that. You say fuck it. They're just gonna fuck with us like they fucked with us before, right? Oh, he burned up, but he didn't really burn up. So they still sort of brought it back there. I still feel like they did that. I still feel like they did that shit. I can't help it. Maybe I need to look at it again. Maybe I need to see something that I didn't see before. I don't know. Maybe I missed something toward the end there because what I thought I saw was this motherfucker being burnt the fuck up. That's what I thought I saw. Maybe I need to go back and maybe I need to go back and get the movie fucking again and see that fucking shit. Did I miss something? Did I miss it? Did I miss the escape? Because I just I'm flabbergasted right now. I don't know what the fuck to say. Truly, I don't know what the fuck to say. So let's see what we got here in the media here. Let's see. Somebody has published a fundraiser. Okay. I know the someone, of course, but I'm not going to say here. Okay, suicide prevention hotline. Okay. I'll just read that out real quick. For my birthday this year, I'm asking for donations to National Suicide Prevention Lifeline 1-800-273-TALK. I've chosen this nonprofit because their mission means a lot to me, and I hope you'll consider contributing as a way to celebrate with me. Every little bit will help me reach my goal. I've included information about National Suicide Prevention Lifeline 1-800-273-TALK below. We can all help prevent suicide. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is a 24-hour toll-free, confidential suicide prevention hotline and chat available to anyone in the U.S. in suicidal crisis or emotional distress. By dialing 1-800-273-TALK or 8255, the call is routed to the nearest crisis center in our national network of crisis centers. Lifeline is a program funded by SAMHSA or SAMHS, SAMHSA, and administered by Vibrant Emotional Health, a 501c3 organization. Your donation will go to Vibrant Emotional Health to support the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline and other programs and services administered by Vibrant. Okay, awesome. Because I am a big proponent, folks, of keeping people alive. I certainly wish that, you know, Chester Bennington, Stevie Ryan, Chris Cornell, apparently, what they say, Robin Williams, also Phil Hartman and his wife. Maybe she could have got some help about her thoughts and about her issues, that maybe she wouldn't have killed herself and also killed Phil Hartman as well. So I think that it's very important. I'm not a big fan of reality shows, but I am a fan of tattoos. I do watch every once in a while. I do watch every once in a while the Black Ink Cruise installments. So I do watch Chicago. I also want to shout out Four. Give him a A hand clap of, I'm saying, the praise and admiration of being willing to expose himself in that way, man. Because see, what people don't understand in our communities, a lot of the inner city communities, you know, it's a lot of stigma on a lot of things. It's a lot of, it's a lot of making people feel like they're unworthy or weak if, any of these things happen. Not being able to even provide, make money, get out there and be successful and take care of your family or whatever you got going on, can make you seem weak and can make you seem like a loser. Might as well go somewhere and just hide somewhere. So just think about a person and saying, you know what? I thought about killing myself. I thought about just ending it because I just don't see shit going my way. I'm seeing like I'm fucking up everything. And I'm just, it's a thing of to be able to expose yourself in that way and be present in that moment and say that I felt a certain way like that. I felt alone. I felt like I fucked everything up. And sometimes to be willing to expose himself like that is, it takes a lot of courage to do that. It takes a mature, present, human being to do something like that. And, you know, and then to have his friend, his longtime friend, Ryan, and his brother to respond in the way that they needed to respond and be there for him, you know, it's just a great thing. And that's one thing, like I said, I don't agree with Steve Harvey on a lot, but the one thing I do agree with him on by bringing them on and saying that support, that friend and that family support like that is what's important, especially when it comes to guys and having another guy to be able to say, man, I'm there for you. I'm not going to leave you by yourself. I'm not going to, you're always going to have me, even when you don't think you want me around, I'm going to be here, man, you know, and to hug him and, what I'm saying, and embrace him and let him know, man, that it's, I'm here for you. That's what you're supposed to do. There's nothing wrong with that. There's everything right with that. So I think that that's just, it's a good thing. Life was saved. Life was definitely saved. He could have possibly went and tried to end it all. So a life was saved by all these things being done. So, and that's a good thing. So while we talk about and while we lament the losses, we got to celebrate the lives that get saved in these moments, where people thought about it and they didn't do it, you know. And I can even say that on a personal level, that I'm certainly glad that when somebody thought about doing it, ending it, that they didn't do it, so always a good thing, folks, always a positive thing. So I think that's a great way to sort of maybe even sort of ending a little bit, maybe just who knows. Let's see if we can get something else up here on Google, on the Google. Let's see. Uh-oh. That's awesome. But that's funny. Okay. Where you got Brandon Routh, okay, who who bombed as Superman. I guess if you're looking at it, depends on when you're looking at it, but he's here. Brandon Routh is. I'm not gonna give you the middle finger, folks. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna give you the middle finger, but the guy's here. Okay, this is Brandon Routh here. Now this is the other Superman, Tyler Hoechlin. Okay, he was a Superman that if you watch Supergirl, you're interested in Supergirl, it is awesome. Again, folks, get out of your own way, get out of your bullshit on on being male chauvinist. Both ways, folks. Both ways. Both fucking ways. Okay, we're talking about equality both ways. Have a sense of humor about you, like we have a sense of humor about us. We're made fun of all the time now, and we got to be careful when it comes to women. Have a sense of humor. There's women that I respect and love that always had a great sense of humor about things. Roseanne Barr, normally I love her, but she made the dumb mistake, and she didn't need to make. She was too smart to make that mistake. But back, veering off, but anyway, these are these guys. So the guy who bombed the Superman in his own actual movie, he's going to play a certain, multiverse Superman as, this Superman who played, on who you would see more on Supergirl. So, all right. But that's going to be, I guess that's going to be kind of fun to see how people will receive him in his role of, oh, okay. Let me tell you something, folks. Now, I will say this. Now, Google is getting very interesting right now. Okay. Now, Lunel, if you haven't heard of her, look her up. It should be very easy. Lunel, let me just show you how good I am, folks, because I can just do this. With people that I know and I'm focused on, I could just do this. Lunel has played in movies like Mac and Devin Go to High School. She's also done her own her own stand-up specials and things like that. She also had a very small role, but I still recognize her in So I Married an Axe Murderer. Things like that, I believe. Let me see. But at any rate, I can certainly get some other things. But she was on D.L. Hughley's radio show, podcast thing, whatever. And she said that the thing that she has about the whole Netflix thing and the Netflix stand-up specials is that it's not like special like it once was, but then you have to understand what things are now. Because back in the day when you didn't have a whole lot, you didn't really have the internet, you didn't really have a whole lot of this, thing like this connecting people. You had to go on to Johnny a lot. You had to go late night and go on the Tonight Show and things like this a lot to be seen and to have that exposure and hope that one of these points you'll get a TV show and things like that. But it's like now, look at what's happening with Ali Wong. Ali Wong, man. I mean, come on. Baby Cobra. Hard Knock Wife. I mean, come on, man. Those joints. See that girl up here? Are you serious? Oh my God. Folks, get Netflix and watch those two joints. Are you serious? And look what it's gotten her. Now she's got a movie up there with Randall Park, who was in the latest Aquaman movie. Look like he'll be in the continuance of the Aquaman movie or whatever. They have another one, but he was also in Fresh Off the Boat as well a couple other things. But he's in this movie with her called Always Be My Maybe. That's right, Always Be My Maybe. So you see that happening. Dave Chappelle's specials that he did made $60 million off of that. Made $60 million. Emmy. You know what I'm saying? He got an Emmy for that, for one of his specials. Got an Emmy for his, for his hosting, Saturday Night Live and his episode at that point. Got 2 Grammys for his specials on Netflix. I mean, got in The Stars Born along with Lunel, by the way, who was also in The Stars Born, by the way. It was going to come to me. But now Eddie Murphy, $70 million. He's close to nailing down a $70 million deal for his stand-up comeback. So you talking about it's not special. It is special because the comedians also Tambourine, which I believe that was a stand-up special for Chris Rock that he did for Netflix, I believe. This is becoming the place where you can make your money up here because people will continue to go back and see it and see it and see it. And some people will get Netflix just to go and see Chris Rock back. Eddie Murphy's coming back. He's got a new special he's doing again. What? Just think about if Jamie Foxx decided he want to do a special. Oh my God, it's Jamie Foxx or Chris. You know what I'm saying? You got Chris Tucker up here. You know what I'm saying? Also, oh, you know what I'm saying? Mike Epps has got a special. But like I said, so it's more special than what it seems to be. I'll definitely say that it's now because you now have me like legends, titans of comedy. They're now basically signing up deals with Netflix and they're making money and they don't have to worry about the corporations and the other networks fucking with them. They got they're dealing with Netflix. They're, you know what I'm saying, they're doing the special, they're putting it out there, they're going to a certain place that they want to go and they're doing the special and they're just killing it. It's beautiful. They're saying what they want to say. They're doing it how they want to do it. It's just fucking awesome. Motherfucking Dave Chappelle had Morgan Freeman fucking narrating the beginning of his Netflix special. Like, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, niggas is large, man. Like, what the fuck? Niggas is large. Okay? That's what that is. No, it's like now, it's like Eddie Murphy is like, hell yeah, man, I want to get in on this. You know what I'm saying? I really want to get in on this. And it's like, yeah, why not? Why the fuck not? What are we talking about here? We're talking about the great Eddie Murphy coming back on a Netflix special. Well, how could we refuse that? Sorry about that, folks. Taking a quick moment because I'm not ready to get back out there and hustle. Can't knock the hustle, folks, but yeah. We are getting to about the end of it, folks, because we like to preserve and recycle. So you don't like no little, I think we're good. But yeah, folks, I do thank you for taking the time, hanging out, doing your thing. If you did with me, if not, hopefully you'll do this when you're ready to do that. Hopefully you'll understand that this is what I'm doing when I do this. So when you want to hang out, when you just want something to watch and just chill out and hear somebody say some random shit, talk about a few things. That's all. That's what I'm doing here, man. Cool vibes, just kicking back, playing some shit. We'll get more extensive into this podcast and playing into some things, folks, and But let's just say, man, I would still say, folks, that because I want to try to give you something more weed related because I don't think I did that really. But let's just say that I still say, folks, that here's the thing. The law is what the law is. And I honestly always felt like, look, you should be able to drink when you're 18. Just like you were able to smoke when you were 18. But instead of the law being pushed the other way to where it's all 18, now it's all 21. I mean, fair is fair. I still feel like that there's a certain age, you know what I'm saying, you should be ready to endeavor into this. I think you should really be able to have a mindset and know that you really want to do this and why. And be able to get some things achieved, be able to get yourself in more cruise control, be able to get things more on a level to where, you can feel more comfortable with that. But especially if you can't even go and get them yourself. Just don't. Come on. Wait till you're 21. Maybe that will give you some time to achieve some things. Like, because being real, 19 years old. That was the first time I ever, 19 years old. That's just what it was for me. I had other things that I was doing, trying to achieve, trying to get to. And, and it was a time that I was doing that and I was into that for a while. And then I had to make changes. I had a daughter. I had to make changes. I had to get a job and they piss tested. I didn't know anyone. who had that. I couldn't get around it. I had to stop. And for years I stopped. And then, you get with your soulmate. Let's just say that. I got with my soulmate and, you know, that old feeling came back. And it happens the way it happens. And, you know, it was meant the way it was meant. And so live life, folks. But, I don't know if it's something that I would honestly fight for, because when I think about some of the 18-year-olds now, I just feel like, no, maybe they're not ready. Maybe 18 is not the point. Maybe 18 and drinking is not the point. Maybe in England, maybe in the UK, it's better because, maybe they're brought up and they're so regimented in a certain way that they have a more maturity and they understand, and it's not so, and they don't won't go so wild with it. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's something to explore more. How the effect, what I'm saying, how the 18-year-old effect does happen. But I was supposed to have, was it this show I was supposed to have a story? No. I don't think it was this show I was supposed to have a story. I think it was the other one. Okay, no problem. No problem. It's the wrong one. Wrong one. But I thank you for watching this if you do watch it. And for those who may not want to watch this or just want to hate and whatever, just live life, man. Grow up. Let it go. It's done. You be you. Let me be me. That's the last little bit of personal I'm going to get, because otherwise you're just a hater. Because, just take it for what it is. Either understand that you're a hater or you're obsessed, and you just have to let it go. Nothing that's been done since then as whatever make me think differently about the situation. So, maybe there's a cryptic opening there, to where maybe if something was done, to really show that maybe you really got something substantial to say. But otherwise, everything that's being done just makes you a hater. So, folks, do what you got to do. Stay creators. Keep doing what you're doing, folks. YouTube creators and YouTube fans unite. Thank you so very much for your support. I don't say this enough, and I'll maybe need to say this more often. Thank you very much for your support, for your watches, for your views. Thank you. Thank you to the I am a YouTube creator. Thank you to those. Just thanks to all the people who are trying to come together in communities on Facebook to try to help each other grow, help each other rise, because we realize it's a great big community out there, and we can all win. We can all do our thing and have fun doing whatever it is that we're doing, and maybe even support each other, maybe even collaborate. Just have a bunch of fun with it. I'm all game for that. I'm not so regimented into this that I can't, switch things up. I do it all the time now. Bizarro land all the time. So, but not so much. I'm trying to get back, but maybe a couple more times every once in a while. At any rate, folks, thank you for stopping in. As always, stay woke, stay wary, and you have a great one.